Right. let's keep looking at pitchers, maybe. I don't even. Oh man. What do we do? Scouting wise, there are so many fucking good pitchers, apparently. We don't have any of these guys fully scouted, and there's still a hell of a lot more to look at. We haven't looked at any natural relievers yet. I'm not going to worry about playing closers as relievers, I don't think. And then again, in the outfield, there's Emmett Rutherford, but Ronan Martin, Ryan Simon. Fuck, there's still more outfielders we get to look at, too. I'm going to keep the emphasis on starting pitching because they're more likely to still be available with that 45th pick. Let's keep looking to get a general idea at these top options who still have good potentials. Is our approach. I'm not, or am I? I am going to look at Lucas Klein because that overall is intriguing. So, all right. We are 20 days out from the draft. The Dodgers offer us a trade. Trevor Story for Dean Creme de la Cremer. I mean, Kramer's only 29. Or is 29. I mean, he's not that much younger. We can get more for Trevor Story later. Like, I get, trading Trevor Story makes us worse as intended, but I also want a half-decent return. All right. Okay, so we know Lucas Klein's not great. His starting overall might be decent, but that potential's not going to be there. I have to stop procrastinating. I just turned into midterm with a minute left. Reds, you shouldn't have told me that because now I'm going to yell at you every time you're here. Now I'm going to yell at you every time you're here to make sure that you're prioritizing the right things. We'll look at Alex Lucas. I have to start focusing on relievers, don't I? Then again, we could just take relievers later on and it's fine. Pablo Carrera. And Bart Mays. We're going to keep focusing on starting pitching. The Yankees offer us a deal for Reese McGuire, Nick Marge Simpson, who is 28 years old. Given that Ronaldo fractured his leg, I'm going to keep Reese McGuire. God damn it, Ronaldo. I believed in you. This is our final scouting session before the draft. Sweet Jesus. AJ, it is. I'm probably going to watch it, in all honesty. Probably am. Mainly because, if you watch WWE, you don't have to give them money directly, because you could just pay for Peacock, and then you're not directly funding them, especially if you watch other things during that month period. I am going to look at these top projected relievers here. We are going to look at Greg Peters, Taylor Hines, and some of these closers are a bit shaky. The fuck is Peacock? A streaming service in North America. It might not be in Canada. It's at least in the US. I want 100% scouting on Roger. Okay. To the draft we go. To the draft we go. This is a huge draft for us. Emmett Rutherford's definitely on that short list. Dennis could be way down the list on said short list, but he's still on it. We're not too worried about anybody else there in left. At center, Ronan Martin. There's also Mauricio Villarreal, Ryan Simons. We don't know enough about Gary Ricks and the others. And we didn't scout in right. Star. Oh my God. Oh my God, though. Oh God, don't make me choose. Holy shit. At least let one of them be available, but holy balls, man. His draft rank is 29th. I don't care if he's 22. It's not like he's going to be a 50. Holy shit, that's the best potential range we've seen yet. And then there's also just 1,000 other starters. Bob Asensio here as well has the best range. Patrick Serrano is also going to make it onto that short list. Even Bart Mays. I mean, his overall is going to be shit, but Kurt Caruso we don't know enough about. For the relievers, we were able to scout Taylor Hines. Peters and Hines are both looking about the same. Well, obviously, our number one pick, it's either going to be Ronan Martin or Roger Rodriguez. Please, God, let us get one of them. Both of them are ranked in the low 20s. Our scouts have them each as a top 3 pick. And so we clasp our hands together and pray. Pray to the scouting gods that nobody else found these players to be of this high of caliber. Here we go. We have the 7th pick. The first overall selection belongs to Washington. Here we go. With the first overall pick, we need one of them to be there at 7. The Washington Nationals select, I don't know who you are, Colin Fernandez. That's one of the other starting pitchers we were looking at. Projected 3rd. Our scouts have him 6th. He goes first overall to Washington. One down. The second overall pick of the Kansas City Royals is center fielder, Mauricio Villarreal, who our scouts had as a top 4 pick. He was projected 9th, so clearly Kansas City scouts liked him as much as our scouts did. 2 down. Pick number 3. Oh, this is stressful. Pick number 3. It's a white guy. It's a white guy. That's good news for us. No, it's not, because it's Ronan Martin. No. No. Oh, no. Oh, son of a bitch. Son of a bitch. Thank you, Warrior, for the gift. Okay, well, the Athletics land Ronan Martin. We know who we're hoping for now. Never been more upset to see a white guy. I mean, I thought Ronan had a darker complexion on the player picture. Fuck. We gotta hope for Roger now. Oh my God. I wanted him to. I think I would have gone for him because we missed out on another outfielder. With the 4th pick, the Colorado Rockies. Please don't be Roger. Please. Please, God. Jesus. Jesus. It's George Duff. Second baseman who was projected 40th. Pittsburgh at 5 selects David Borbin, starting pitcher at 14. Cincinnati, don't you fuck us here. Cincinnati, don't you do it. Don't you fucking do it. Don't you do this to me. Yes. Oh, thank you, Jesus. Oh, let's get him right now. Roger. Yep, you're the guy. Take him. Done deal. Oh, Roger Rodriguez, son. The Father and the Holy Spirit all in one. Oh, thank God. Projected 29th, and we get him 7th. Oh, thank you, Lord. Thank you, Lord. Ooh, does him being 22 concern us? Hell no, because that overall is decent, and that potential is going to have his rating fucking skyrocket. Are they going to show us his stats? We got to wait a little bit longer for those. For the record, Mike Martinez was the #1 projected pick. He went 6th to Cincinnati as a second baseman. Number 8, Nelson Escobar, a righty, a right fielder who went 52nd. Damn. Ronnie Moreno, who our scouts did not like as much as everyone else, but he goes 9th to Baltimore. Alex Lucas, starting pitcher, projected 47th, rounds out the top 10 as he's on his way to Arizona. Alejandro Corona, not bad. Someone we certainly wouldn't have taken that early, though, in Miami. It was a bit of a reach. San Francisco at 12 takes Sebastian Guevara. Our scouts liked him quite a bit as a starting pitcher. So, again, for the record, Dennis, Simon, Rutherford, that's who we're hoping to still see. We do lose Josh Lucero, who was the top-rated right fielder. We didn't have him scouted at all. Yankees take catcher Philip Kwan. Couple spots early. Oh, fucking Oakland. I mean, at least they made it so we didn't have to make the choice. Starting pitcher Robert Culver is off the board. I am going to go through this for the first round, just in case we have to scout out a little bit who we want to take with the 45th pick. Ron Faraday, another starting pitcher, is off the board. Like, seriously, though, like I could have sworn... I guess that is kind of his complexion. Like, I could have sworn he had a complexion like closer to like Mike Martinez, you know? So he almost looked more like Josh Lucero. So I just really didn't expect that to be Ronan Martin. Luis Samuels goes 17th, about where he was expected to go. Cosmo Guillen, second baseman, goes about where he was expected to go, as does starting pitcher Vance Fowler. And Luis Martinez was projected 8th. He falls down to 20th to Minnesota. Ron Chappell. He goes about where he was expected to go. He goes to Philadelphia. He is Jaco. Can you believe it? Matt Walsh, another starting pitcher, goes off the board. But I do think we just found our ace in Roger Rodriguez. Houston at 23 takes the center fielder Ryan Simon. It's honestly a miracle that he fell that far. Everybody else fucked up letting Houston get that guy at 23, and Emmett Rutherford is right after him, 24th to Detroit. Little T, I'm guessing. Thank you very much for the follow. So 2 of the outfielders we were hoping for are gone. We still have Mike Dennis on the board. Otherwise, we could be in a weird spot. Will Hall goes very early. 61st. He ends up at 25. Scott Estrada, another starting pitcher's off the board. Angels take Bob Asensio, who was someone I really liked, even if his rating's going to be probably lower. Atlanta at 28 takes Vincent Lloyd, shortstop. About where he was expected to go. You got the Dodgers at 29. They take Pedro Robles, third baseman, and the now 2-time defending World Series champions, the Cleveland Guardians, round out the first round with Eddie Beltran. Quite the reach at catcher. He was projected 68th. So, compensation picks, we obviously don't have any. Greg Peters is off the board. We got a little bit of a ways here. So, will Dennis or any of those pitchers be available to us at 45? Yes, they will be. So Taylor Hines, the reliever, was the only one to go. Taking a look here, of course, all the closers, the relievers, they're the ones that do typically fall that far. And that was again the case. Singleton is a reliever, Teague, Mesa, and Aparicio. So, one more look, but I'm thinking Dennis is the guy. Because we already drafted a starting pitcher. And Cameron, yes, it will. So yeah, Dennis is that last outfielder that we have who is overly promising. Otherwise, we'd have to go best guess for some of these other dudes. And I'd rather go best guess on pitchers than outfielders. Even though Patrick Serrano could be decent. Demon Cookie, thank you for the follow as well. Fairness, I thought you already were. Bart Mays is also there. He is injured. He could be available later because we have a pick 20 picks from now. We are going to go for the outfielder. 18-year-old Mike Dennis, the pride of Ohio. So Dennis is the guy. The question is, will Serrano or Mays be available with our, balanced round pick? Serrano was immediately selected next. Not looking too good. Is Mays still available? He is. Just to take a look. But yeah, Serrano was the next off the board. I think we made the right choice with Dennis. Do we have any other drastic falls? I mean, 10 spots. Any crazy reaches? Klein was 13 picks early in terms of projected. Just scroll through this. This dude was projected to go 100th, and he goes 57th. Eric Grant was projected 106. Whew. All right. All right. So, Serrano is off the board, is my understanding, and indeed he is. Catcher will probably happen, yeah. It's got to be Bart Mays, right? It's Mays or Caruso. The problem is we don't know as much about Caruso, and Mays is younger. So even if that overall is kind of low, if the potential's good, we could be all right. We're going to take Bart Mays and get another starting pitcher. I know he's hurt, but I'm going for it. We got to risk it sometimes. It's practically a third-round pick. So honestly, I mean, with that top three, Bart Mays, Mike Dennis, and Roger Rodriguez, who has high interest in signing with us already, I'm feeling okay. The question now, would it actually let me select Serrano? Is this glitched and would it let me select Serrano? I'm going to leave him there and try that later on in the draft just to see if it's broken. So, in terms of what else we need, we can look at starting pitchers still. Kurt Caruso is still there. But again, we really don't know much about him. I'm going to add... Serrano did go off the board, which is why I'm wondering if it's broken. Eric Vizcaino could also be worth a shout. And then you got other guys who are just a complete crapshoot. In terms of relievers... Honestly, I think... Corey Lutz. Shout out to Diesel for the follow, by the way. Appreciate you. Again, there are some of these guys we know nothing about. I do need some relievers. And then the other positions we were contemplating was another outfield spot or even third base. Obviously, Howie would be... Quite the reach. I mean, best guess, Brian Takatsu is also there. Chauncey Ball might be worth a late shout. And then in left, like Alex Gomes is still there. Anybody in center? I mean, Ron Marcus would be best guess. What about in right? Fernando Rosado. Eli Sandoval as well. Hugh Lerma. I mean, again, just taking a look here. That reliever, Corey Lutz. If there was somebody to take a chance on at this stage, it's him. It's him. 78 to 92 for Caruso. But again, he's not scouted at all. He could also crash your game. That's true, too. We're going to go for Corey Lutz. Just going to hope for the best. I mean, again, we can't really prepare to scout beyond the third round. So Corey Lutz is going to be the guy. We need to get a half-decent, hopefully half-decent reliever into the system. It still shows Serrano there. I am kind of afraid to draft him in case it does break the game. All right. So we have a bunch of outfielders left, a couple more relievers, and this one rando third baseman, Chauncey Ball, who we don't know anything about. Derp, welcome back, by the way. I think we take Jimenez. Let's get another reliever. Let's take Josh Jimenez. 2 starters, 2 relievers. We got an outfielder in this draft. And now I think we take Chauncey Ball. Just to know. Even if that overall's trash. Just to find out. 5th round, let's take third baseman Chauncey Ball. Just to have a project in case Devers departs. And there's only one dude left that we were kind of looking at. It's the right fielder, Vince Scruggs. He'll be our 6th round best guess pick, and that completes our 3rd year drafts. But now, we need to sign people and hope that things go our way. All-Star Game is apparently in Citi Field, or at Citi Field. Home Run Derby participants, Machado, Trout, Arenado, Alonso as the hometowner, so to speak. Always interesting to see who's up there for home runs. And then the All-Star Game. It's DeGrom against Max Fried. Who made the All-Star Game for the Red Sox is the question. No pitchers did, that's for sure. Our representative is Christian Arroyo. Fair enough. Fair enough. All right. So, we have a trade. Cedric Mullins on his way to San Francisco for Dylan Lesko and Luis Matos. So Cleveland, or excuse me, I'm so used to saying Cleveland. Jesus. You have Baltimore getting younger and electing to move on from Mullins in a contract year. To be honest, his numbers don't look amazing. I'd say it's a pretty damn good return for Baltimore. Marlins offer us a trade. Yu Chang, the legend Yu Chang, for Victor Mesa. Got to be honest, we're going to take it. Yu Chang's not going to be the starter here. He's going to be behind Marcelo Meyer. And Mesa's young enough that maybe he becomes something. That's where Mondesi went, huh? That said, do they really need a shortstop? No, but they're the ones that offered it, so screw them. Yu Chang, have fun in Miami. Oh, you're right. It is Victor Mesa Jr., not Victor Mesa. I forget that they're brothers. But it's still maybe his middle name's Victor, and they just don't let you know. Don't crush my dreams. There. Now it's Victor Mesa. We are going to take that for Victor Mesa Jr. then. Let's break up the brothers. All right. So here we go. First day to sign people. Number 1 priority is probably Roger, right? That's Victor Mesa Jr. There you go. Okay, we do have some people who aren't overly interested. The question about Roger, it's just, do you build up his interest more to try and assure that he signs with you? You know? But I do think we have to focus on these 40%ers. So Dennis, Scruggs, and Chauncey Ball will get a little bit of focus just to try and up that interest and to help make it a little bit easier to sign them. And we're going to find out more about them because of the scouting. So they'll be our focus for the next couple of days. So we get swept by Cleveland. Chauncey Ball still looking pretty good. Let's keep him in there. Let's get him over 50 if we can. So we swept Oakland. All right, 50% interest for Dennis. Is it worth offering in week 1 of the signing period? You can. I just knew I was going to try to build up more interest for Rodriguez to try and get him to sign. So Dennis is over that 50%. That'll help us a little bit. We are going to remove him. We're going to have Scruggs and Ball there. So priority 3 is going to be Rodriguez. Actually, Rodriguez is going to be priority 1. Let's be honest. Let's be honest, and we'll put Ball at bronze and focus on Scruggs a little bit. Those overalls, we don't know for sure if that's what they are, though, because, again, they're not fully scouted, and scouts can be wrong. All right, we do have 50% interest for Ball. The overall is likely terrible. It's okay. We got to keep Scruggs in there to get him to 50. Roger stays our number 1. Given that Dennis was our second-round pick, I do want to put a little bit more focus on him. Once Scruggs gets there, it becomes Bart Mays that gets the focus. The Cubs offer us a deal for Reese McGuire that we're not going to take. God, Rodriguez looks amazing. Rodriguez looks amazing. Let's keep focusing on Dennis. His potential, though, keeps dropping a little bit. Let's swap out Dennis for Mays. Try to find out a little bit more about him. Braves offer us Justin Dean. 28 years old for Arroyo. That's going to be a no. Braves offer us Bobby Dahlbeck for Colby Allard. Honestly, I do have to get rid of Bobby Dahlbeck. I mean, he's behind Tristan Casas. I'm going to take that, actually. We'll get a somewhat, certainly a younger player than Dahlbeck. I don't expect Colby to be amazing for us, but we'll take that deal. We will take that deal. Rogers up to 81% interest without even having to offer that much bonus money, which is awesome. And now we have Scruggs where we want him. Let's get Dennis back in there. Put him in the silver spot. Okay, this will be the final time we go without offering anybody a deal, I think. The Mariners offer us Ryan McKenna for Reese McGuire. That's going to be a no. Brewers offer us Garrett Mitchell for Tanner Hawk. At least we know Garrett Mitchell could play those games in Toronto. I'll take that. I mean, I'm sure we have contract. Yeah, 3 arbitration years left. Tanner's got the 2 years after this, and then he's probably out of here anyway. I'll take that too. Minnesota! Reese McGuire for Nick Gordon. Gordon's a little bit too old. Okay. Okay. Bart Mays is obviously very, very likely a B potential. Okay. What else can we do here? Let's try to get a little bit more information on Lutz and Jimenez, given that we don't have them scouted at all. And we'll keep Roger in that final spot. The Twins, Arroyo for Nick Gordon. I mean, yeah, Nick Gordon was the 29-year-old, so that's not going to happen. Tigers. We were waiting for this. Again, Devers is 28. But he makes us better when we're trying to tank. It depends on what they're offering. Cy Calero, 19C and a 64. He's okay. You got to be giving me like a future ace here in Pedro. 2C prospects? No. We're not that desperate to shed salary. Okay, we do have to fix our roster before we worry about signing players. So really quickly, we do have our 2 catchers, 2 first basemen, 2 second baseman, third base, shortstops. It's because we're overloaded in the outfield now. Miguel, you certainly have not been bad. I totally forgot about the Victor Mesa pickup as well. We'll send down Miguel. Here we go. Actually, no, wait. The Marlins offer us Braxton Garrett, who's, what, 27? Keep Arroyo. Here we go. Here we go. Oh, you have no idea how badly I want to save just in case this goes poorly. But we won't. We'll man up. Roger Rodriguez, the 7th overall pick. If we give him the max money, 98% interest. Let me see what the other financial situation is here. Let me see what the other situations are. Because again, we have $11.11 million to work with. That would be 626 to Rodriguez. Dennis wants around 1.3. Bart Mays wants around 1.3. Lutz is at 730K. We'll go 492 instead of rounding up. Scruggs wants 273 and then a 307. I believe it's about 448,000 to kind of negotiate with other people. Roger, please. 95% interested. Please, God, don't do this to me. This should be so simple and straightforward. Please, baseball Jesus. Roger, please be as beautiful as you look. We're going to find out very soon, but please be as beautiful as you look. From there, Mike Dennis. He's looking a little bit shaky, to be honest. We went for him out of kind of need and best available-ish. It's suggesting 1.73. I can't get his interest up by all that much. He should have signed with 84. I wanted to play it safe. Yeah, there's not too much we can do about Mike Dennis here. I mean, is there that drastic of a difference between 57 and 61? Not really. I don't know if Mike Dennis is going to sign with us. He does not. So our second round pick, the outfielder Mike Dennis, forgoes signing the contract. The good news is, obviously, in the short term, we still have Blay. We picked up Victor Mesa Jr., Garrett Mitchell. Like, we have some stopgaps. So, Bert Mays. I'd be much more disappointed if we were to miss out on Bert. His bonus demands at about 1.3. I can just give him the max offer to get it up to 68. Bert. Okay, we do get the other starting pitcher, Bert Mays. From there, Corey Lutz. What happens if they decline? I mean, in his case, I don't know if do we get a compensation pick for the second round? I feel like we don't. But yeah, for us, it's just like, well, fuck. We didn't get him. All right. Corey Lutz. I can just offer him the max. It's fine. Corey Lutz, the reliever, signs with us. Josh Jimenez, the other reliever. We'll offer him the max. Jimenez did sign on 50% interest. That leaves Scruggs and Ball. I'm going to go after Ball first. This is going to be interesting. I can go about half bar for Chauncey, I think. Let's just go max on Scruggs. We don't know if he'll sign. He doesn't. So both outfielders we went for elect to leave. Our second round pick, and then what? 6th round, yeah, Vince Scruggs also declines. So this is the most issue that we've had. That just means we're going to max out that bonus money for Chauncey Ball, who also declines. So 2, 5, and 6 all decline signing with us. Interesting. We had 3 picks elect not to sign with us. But damn it, we got Roger. And it's time to find out how good Roger is. Are we ready, chat? Are we ready? Roger Rodriguez, everybody. Say hello to the new ace in Boston. We thought it might be an outfielder, and we will find out. He was never going to be ours. He got drafted to Oakland. We will find out how good Ronan is, but what a consolation prize Roger Rodriguez is. Yes. Yes. Round number 2, our guy walks. So we go to 3rd round pick, Bart Mays. Now, 19B is good. He is a 46. We will see you in about 10 years, Bart. 10 years. Fuck. That continues the trend of good potential, low overalls. Next up, Corey Lutz. Again, decent age and potential, but he is only a 53. So, I mean, hey, at least we got a reliever in the system. Same for Josh Jimenez. I mean, at least he's 19, being a 43 overall. And that's it. 99 potential, Roger Rodriguez. Woo-hoo-hoo. So we only walk away with 4 players, all 4 of them pitchers. The other 3, they're going to need a lot of time. Roger Rodriguez might just fuck around and win the Cy Young as a rookie. Oh my God. Now, it's time to look elsewhere. We start off in New York. 1B potential player. It's first baseman Marco Gomez. 1852 is not bad. Philip Kwan's bit of a bust for them in the first round. Tampa. Guillen's only a C potential. Taylor Hines was someone we had our eye on. 19 and a 57 is not bad for a B. And again, that was it for their B potential dudes. Blue Jays. Hugh Lerma, who they took before we could. 48 overall at 18 years old. 48 overall at 18 years old, but 91 potential. Again, we didn't really have a chance at him either. We had to go elsewhere, but he was their only home run of the draft. The White Sox end up with just 1B potential player, and it wasn't Patrick Serrano. It was Jimmy Roberts. 18 and a 51. They did end up with at least all C potential guys, though. The defending champions, Cleveland, snag Eddie Beltran with the 30th overall pick. Richie Benton as well, not bad. And Darryl Carlson, but he's 21, so that overall is a bit of a killer, but 81 potential for him. Detroit, Emmett Rutherford, who we were looking at, 59 at 20 years old. Rosales for a C potential isn't bad. Thomas Bernard, is okay-ish. Kansas City. Mauricio Villarreal, the 2nd overall pick, if I'm not mistaken. he's pretty solid. 66 at 18 is pretty damn good. They also ended up with Freddie Mesa. 56 at 18 is not that bad. And a 53 at 18 for Oliver Baez. Also not that bad. Minnesota. Pretty good for Luis Martinez. Damn good for Ronald Mateo. Reyes for a C isn't that great. Kurt Caruso, 56 for a 22-year-old is pretty rough. But then there's Ron Marcus. What a fucking steal. And we would have known about him if we kept scouting center fielders instead of pitchers. 57 overall at 18 years old, 94 potential, which is nuts. And then there's Kyle Murphy, but he's a 40 at 20 years old. Houston. Ryan Simon was a bust. Ryan Simon was a bust. I mean, he's not bad, but top, first rounder. He was 23rd overall, I think. Projected like top 7. Wow. Eric Grant for them at first base is pretty good. And Stevie Hall's not bad, given that he's 18 years old. Whoops. Damn, good pick there for the Angels. Bob Asensio, who we were looking at, 20 years old, 64. They also got Francisco Vega, who's a 51 at 18. Sandoval, who's a 45 at 20. That's pretty rough. We couldn't have gone wrong. You can argue who it would have been better to have, but we couldn't have gone wrong. Ronan Martin, 18 years old, 70 overall, 94 potential. They also picked up Michael Sousa, 64 at 21's not bad. Stephen Ullman's a 72 as a C potential. And they got this guy, Derek Caruth, with a B potential late in the draft. But yeah, our scouts had it right for both Roger and Ronan. We couldn't have gone wrong, whoever we ended up with. Seattle. This is their only B potential guy or better, Benedict Mantle, grandson of Mickey, who's only a 56, though, at 21 years old. The Rangers. Culver's not bad for that age, that overall. Howie is a 58 at 21. Brian Takatsu, 44 at 18, but a B potential. Okay, so it's kind of similar. There were some damn good players in this draft. Atlanta swung and missed until they picked up Eric Vizcaino. He's their only B potential guy or higher from this draft. The Marlins. Newton Ziegler is tremendous. One away from being an A. Dominic Jameson is pretty damn good as well. What a draft for the Marlins. And they got Estevan Meza. 20 years old, 45 is pretty rough, but B potential for him. The Mets end up with Andy Coppola. 61 and 21's kind of rough. He was their only B potential guy. How high can the overall be? 99. For the Phillies, Ron Chappelle was okay. 57 at 18. Gary Webster, 53 at 18. Those were their two best players. Nationals, Colin Fernandez. He was number 1, wasn't he? 65 overall, 20 years old, 90 potential. You done goofed, Washington. You done goofed. But they did get shortstop Jeff Ness, B potential for him late in the draft. Chicago, Scott Estrada. He's fine. They also ended up with Steve Fuentes, 20 years old, 48 B potential. Cincinnati! Holy shit! Turns out he was projected to go first. Turns out this was the year we should have been looking for second baseman. He never would have fallen to us, though. He went, what, 4th? I forget where he was drafted. Would he have fallen to us? What? Why do I feel like he was available? He went 6th. Okay. It was right before us? Okay. Well, at least we can't be that upset then. Mike Martinez, the best player we've seen yet. Wow. Switch hitter. Of course he is. Why wouldn't he be a switch hitter? Jesus. I mean, what do you even say to that? Oh my God. Wow. There's also fuck you. 75 overall at 18, B potential. Cincinnati wins. Congratulations, Cincinnati. You did it. You did it. You didn't get anybody else who was high potential, but holy balls. That's insane. That's insane. Milwaukee, Walsh, 63 at 18 is not bad. 59 at 18 is not bad. So they got some pitching help. Damn, steal Cincy scouts, right? Pittsburgh ended up with David Borbin, solid. Miguel Mesa, solid. And Tommy Pins, solid. Not bad, Pittsburgh, not bad. St. Louis with Luis Samuels, not bad. Carlos Nava, not bad. Those were their two best players. Oh, Endo, I know, it's insane. There were two players with 99 potential in this draft, and we got one of them. The Diamondbacks ended up with Alex Lucas, not bad. And B potential, Eric Peralta. He's got a long way to go. The Rockies, 1B potential guy, and it's the catcher, Ernesto Brito. Anyone else was a C or lower? GG's, Dodgers, GG's. Maybe spend some money on some scouts moving forward. San Diego ended up with Gary Ricks, not that bad. And Johnny Gonzalez, again, big-time projects for them. It all started with me screaming, it's a white guy. It's true. Jesus, this draft. Sebastian Guevara. 66 at 18, A potential. They also ended up with Stephen Kim, who's a project but solid, and Jason Ford, who's a project but solid. Jesus. Baltimore, Ronnie Moreno, he's okay. 21 at 61. And B potential, Fernando Pedroza, who's kind of bad for a 21-year-old. And that's that for the year 3 draft. We have some project pitchers because the 2 outfielders and the 3rd baseman we tried to sign said no. But we do end up with Roger Rodriguez, 7th overall. I can't wait to see what he does. I can't wait.